Everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad, and today we're going to be playing a little bit with Syndra. So Syndra is one of the new heroes from the Hunted, a very interesting like dagger synergy hero, and this is kind of my first take on it. I've got a lot of cards that I'm kind of considering at this point, but this is going to be my like kind of first draft. So we have kind of a lot of these suspects that we saw from kind of like the last video. We have like Blaze Headlong, Blood Runs Deep, etc. The cards that just got added that I want to try to test out are like Display Loyalty and Demonstrate Devotion. So these are 2 block conditional go again draconic cards, which are really, really solid. They're also ninja cards, if that matters for like ancestral empowerment. But these 2 cards are very, very cool because what they do is they give you basically unconditional fealty. So you don't even have to like mark your hero or anything. They just give you a fealty token when they attack, and they don't have to hit as well, which I think is really, really cool. So we have these good, just solid go again cards that also enable fealty. And then what are we using our kind of fealty for? So we have cards like Art Dragon Fire, which we can use as like 1 for 7. This card is a little bit suspect right now, especially because I don't know how this card interacts with like Art Dragon Blood. Because I feel like sometimes when I've tested this, like if I use a fealty to make this draconic, it doesn't get discounted by this, which I'm not sure. I don't know if that's actually how that works. Someone in the comments, feel free to tell me how this interaction is supposed to work. Because if it doesn't work like that, then maybe this card is kind of like a lot worse. But yeah, we're also running cards like Silver Talons, which is kind of like the outlet for our fealty generation, and we can use this as kind of like a free hurl at the end of a chain link, which is kind of cool. Very, very solid card. I don't know if I'm sold on this at the red slot, but this at the blue slot seems pretty low kind of opportunity cost, especially as like a blue 3 block. Yeah, just very, very solid. What else are we kind of looking at? So we also have Mark with Magma. This card I'm also not incredibly sold on, but I'm testing out here. So this is kind of similar to like Demonstrate Devotion in terms of stat line. The problem is it's Mark instead of Fealty. So Mark, I think, is like a little bit worse than Fealty, which is why I think this has like the 3 block on it. But again, I think that just having some Mark outlets, especially on 1 for 4s, are quite good. And 1 for 4s in this deck, I think, are really solid with like Art Dragon Blood. I was also considering maybe adding that Fable to the deck, like Blood of the Dracai. Is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. T will know. They're the Fable expert, but yeah, this card also seems like pretty decent. We're also running Poison the Blade. So Poison Blade, also a very solid card that we can maybe use Filthy on. Just giving, it's kind of like another Spreading Flames effect, just giving you additional damage on your daggers. And this also, I think, works when you like flick daggers as well. So very, very solid card. It being a 2 block non-draconic is a little bit awkward, but I think this card is like really, really good. And yeah, the blue base is like for the most part the same. We've also gotten the addition of Throw Dagger, which is kind of like a draw card Flick Knives, which is really, really good for like turn cycles where you want to do like Flick plus Dagger. Maybe this also like replaces Hurl at some point. Like I don't know how badly you need Hurls, maybe if you just have like these in your deck and like Silver Talons. Yeah, but this is kind of going to be the first iteration of the deck. And then for the sideboard, I just like kind of copied it from like my Zen deck. So we have like Wax on, Wax off, which is maybe good against like Syndra and like some of the assassins and stuff. We also just have Sink Blow as just generically good card, and then like Salt plus Links for someone. I don't know entirely who this is for. And then 1AB for like Verdance or whatever. So one notable card that's missing from this deck is Blood Splatter Vest. I tried to see if this card was like coded properly, but I could not get this to work. So unfortunately, this card is going to have to wait for another video, but this card's really, really strong at like enabling you to play like random 1 costs off the deck if you need like fix your curve. Very, very cool. I'm also considering adding like Engulfing Flame Wave to the deck. I just don't know at how many I want of these, but this card also seems like very, very strong. And then Flame Scale, I don't know if this ever, I don't know if this ever is needed in the deck, but maybe if you need like the 2 block temper, I guess it's a little bit better. Yeah, but that's kind of like the core of the deck. So running 2 for now. I'm not entirely convinced that these work either, but I haven't really tried them out. So we're gonna give it a shot as like a 1 block, and then yeah, we'll get into the video and see how the games go. All right, we've got a Verdance here. They're going first, so I think I want some AB. What I discovered in between doing some testing sessions is that unfortunately the bloodstained vest or whatever it's called does not work. So we're going to just roll with Tunic for now. But I think this seems fine. We'll do AB1, just do our main main game plan and see how that goes. All right, so got Hold Focus, Surge and Aether Tide. Interesting. So maybe a more arcane focused Verdance. Sure. Alright. Turn 0 rampant growth is a little bit scary. Alright. So I think I'll pay with a red here. I guess which red do we want to get rid of? It's maybe Ignite. Alright, and then they're going to leak a lot of damage on us. So let's go ahead and pay, I guess, with Blaze Headlong then. Let's hold on to the blue plus Spreading Flames, I think seems reasonable. Alright, so we have a double Spreading Flames turn. I think we only just want to do one, though. May just tuck the other one in Arsenal. Really good start from them, though. Not much we can do about that. Alright, let's go ahead and do Spreading Flames. We can do Dagger, Dagger, Display Loyalty, Flick a Dagger, Reset the Dagger. Seems alright. And we'll display. This card seems really, really good. We should have flicked there, but that's my bad. I guess we can now just like close chain re-equip. Yeah, okay, so we missed 1 damage there. That's my B. Do at least have our fealty generation online. And we have fresh daggers at least. Alright, Felling coming in. That's a little bit annoying. Guess we just get rid of one of our blues here. Could actually also get rid of the Blood Run Steep since we already have like the redundant throw dagger. Yeah, I think saving the Blood Run Steep for later seems okay. Let's go ahead and pass here. Opponent is off to a very good start though. We'll send another Spreading Flames turn at least. Seems pretty alright. Alright, we'll do dagger. So we want to make sure that we're going to flick the dagger at some point. Alright, so we have 1 chain link there. So we should flick or throw on this one. I guess which is better between throw and flick. I think we'd rather have the information earlier, so we should throw. Should throw the other dagger to get this. Okay, interesting. Don't know how much that actually helps us. I guess it's like, okay. We can set up for next turn. Alright, flick the other dagger. Get a mass trigger. Get a mark with magma. Okay, a little bit awkward here. Let's go ahead and just recur the daggers, and I guess we're unfortunately not going to be able to use the mass trigger. If we had the Bloodstained Vest, this would be so good, right? Because we could, like, just use one of the counters to, like, play off the top randomly, like a 1 cost. Oh, that would be so good. Fortunately, we're playing Tunic because it doesn't work, but I think we're just good to pass here. Feels a little bit bad, but is what it is. Ooh, yep. Art of Dragonblood with Fealty and a bunch of 1 cost. Oh, this is really good, actually. I don't think we can afford to pay into this. I don't think there's any reason to. We can't really afford to with this hand, I don't think. Alright, so we're coming in with Pulsing Aether. That's okay. Sure. So now we can pop Fealty, make this Draconic, and then play like 3/1 cost. This card's insane. The problem is we can't really like do a ton with Art of Dragonfire, but like this card seems real solid. Just giving us 3 resources off of 0 for 4 go again. It's pretty good. I think if you have any amounts of like fealty generation in your build, like this card just becomes very, very nuts. I think the people are saying that you do like no fealty or whatever. I don't know if I fully buy into that. It seems like it's really, really good. So we're gonna start with the marks, I think. Just so we can get the mark triggers on them. Alright, so we get the first mark trigger. Then we should follow up, I guess, with another mark. Just generate a ton of fealties this turn. Alright, so we get a Cinder trigger, and then we also get another mark. Pretty good. Then we can follow up with Demonstrate. Real solid. Oh, if we had the Bloodstained Vest, this would be so good. Do we want to flick or anything? We could flick and then just use that to continue this, and then use the fealty to make this Draconic and pull Tunic. I think that's actually the play. Seems real strong. Okay, I think we're in business here. So we hit there. Mask Momentum is continued. We can then pull Tunic. make this Draconic, send this in, and then rebuy the dagger. It's kind of nuts. All right, so we let this hit, so we get our random card draw off the top. Yes, Silver Talons, which is pretty good with the fealties. For the dagger, arsenal it, pass back. All right, play out a healing pot, but I think we've firmly come back from that really good start that they had. Unfortunately, we don't have another Art of Dragon Blood, so our cost curve is now a lot worse. But I guess we can do like Ignite, Mark, use Fealty to Art of Dragonfire again. Seems okay. Not amazing. Maybe there's something here with this not being a very good arsenal. All right, we do at least get the discount on this though, which I think is real solid. All right, so they have a root bound. I think we might honestly just use a dagger here to continue mask though, because we should be able to like we don't have the mana to rebuy dagger here, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, we need to do ignite first. Sure. All right, so ignite. We do mark. All right, the root bounds. We flick after the root bound, I think. All right, so now we flick. Just get our free value in, so since we can't use the daggers, unfortunately. It's actually a really cool kind of design. Like, if you can't use the daggers, it actually becomes... Like, if you don't attack with them, they're actually, like, good to just, like, recur if you just go for the flick. All right, let's use our fealty up. Unfortunately, we aren't going to have Gogan, so the master, I guess, doesn't matter. But we're at least pushing, like, 7 damage here, which I think is probably worth it. And let's target We also need to make this Draconic to get our dagger back if we want it. All right, they're going to block here. That makes sense. And then we'll get our dagger back. All right, and then we're set up for another really good turn next turn. So I think we're cooking. Silver Talons. What is this doing this turn? I don't know if this is actually doing anything. So what is the sequence here? We can do Art of Dragon Blood, but this notably only discounts. So this is not doing anything, right? Because like we already have. So actually, if anything, we may save this for next turn and then do like Poison Blade, Dagger, Display Loyalty, Fealty the Silver Talons at them, and then we can reset the daggers for free. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's start with the Poison Blade. This card seems incredibly strong, by the way. I was not entirely sold on this card because it's non-draconic, but like this card is kind of like spreading flames 5 or 4 through 6 a little bit. This is awesome though. All right, so let's go ahead and now kunai display. We should probably flick at some point. This is why I've been liking like the Silver Talons at the blue is my idea, because you just have like this blue 3-block in your deck that you like if you see it, like if you need to play it, like it's fine, right? But if you need to pitch it, like also totally fine. All right, so get the dagger connecting. Let's go ahead and send the other dagger. We should flick the other one just to guarantee the chain link, I think. Get the poison trigger. We also got a fealty from that. Wait, did we get a fealty from? Oh no, we did. Okay, I don't know why that moved. Disoriented me a little bit. All right, let's continue with the display. So I don't think they're going to be able to kill me from 22 here, and they're especially not on 3 cards. All right, so we'll go ahead and then fealty. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Just use 1 fealty. Then we can send the Silver Talons and then recur the dagger, rather. Seems very, very strong, and then we just set up with an arsenal next turn. Yeah, really, really solid here. And we also have the fealty for the Art of Dragon Blood if we need to discount something, but looks like maybe not this hand. All right, they're going to pop their healing pot to send some damage at me. I think that's okay. We don't have to pay into this, I don't think. All right, they're going to play out another one. I think this is maybe just a desperation, try to stay alive, which is fair enough. So how do we want to sequence this? We can Art of Dragon Blood into... I guess we maybe just want to use this to give us go again. I think that's maybe okay. Like just have this be a free go again on demand. That's still like a fine fail state, right? Like a 0 for 4, 3 block go again. That's draconic. Or not draconic, but becomes draconic, I guess. All right, so let's go ahead and then follow up with some daggers. We can actually use Blood Runs Deep to kind of push for the kill here too. So you can do dagger, dagger. Looks like they're maybe gonna gain a bit of life here. Sure. So you can do dagger, dagger, Blood Runs Deep, recur the daggers, attack with the daggers some more, and then that'll be pretty solid. All right, so flick them both. If they have life gain, they live, but looks like maybe not. So that was a really good game, actually. I felt like we were kind of behind in the beginning, but like we just had some really solid turns, especially with like the Iron Dragon Blood plus triple one cost. That was so disgusting. I really like one cost in this deck. But maybe like over time as like the deck kind of consolidates on like a singular build, maybe you have to like cut the one cost or whatever. But they seem really strong now, especially the ones that like give you a marker fealty. Like Demonstrate Devotion, real solid. Spreading Flame, a lot of good one costs like Poison, like so many good one costs you want to put in the stack. And if you can like generate fealty, I think that it kind of turns on a lot of those good cards. So very solid. Also, like you have Ignite to kind of like synergize with a lot of the one costs, so that the cost isn't actually like one, right? Yeah, but really solid first game. Let's see if we can get another. All right, so we're playing against Arakni. How do we want to start? I think we should probably just go first, just so they don't get like free mark on us. I don't know if Syndra is like necessarily go first stack. Do we want any of this defensive package? Probably. Maybe go for like more of a mid-range plan. I'm kind of spitballing here. Let's go ahead and get rid of maybe some of these like awkward 2 blocks. And then we can maybe get rid of like Spreading Flames gets a lot worse. Just because like I don't know how many card hands we're able to keep. Maybe we go like a little bit over 60 as well. This seems maybe okay. Sure. Let's run it like this and see how it goes. All right, very red heavy hand to start us off, but I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and maybe just do like hurl into breaking point or something. All right, they're on double Hunter's Glaive, which is the Mark Dagger, which is kind of interesting. They also have Mask and Deceit. Okay. Gotta learn a bunch of these new cards. So Mark of the Funnel Wild Ones hits a Mark Hero bench card in their arsenal. Oh, that one's really messed up. Okay. And then we can do a breaking point, and then maybe arsenal this. All right, we see Tarantula Toxin plus Bleed Out. Very cool. All right. Okay, very blue heavy hand here. Not a super big fan, but maybe it's okay. We can at least maybe do like brand into Demonstrate Devotion or something. All right, what is this card? Plunge the prospect. If attacks marked hero gets +1. Okay. I have no idea where reacts are in the Arakni deck, if I'm being honest, but I guess we're about to find out. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass here. I guess we'll save this Lava Vein loyalty for maybe something. All right, so they're gonna flick a dagger to mark us. Interesting. Do they have? I guess they do have like maybe a couple ways to like recur daggers. So this gets +1. They get the Arakni trigger. Interesting. Then they have cut through. If you hit with dagger, this combo chain gets go again. All right, 0 for 4, go again. 2 block, pretty solid. Sure. All right, finishing on leave no witnesses. Sure. So I guess we can just block 4. I don't know what they have, but maybe we just try to save our brand. This could be wrong, but all right, looks like we do get to save it. So the way this is coded, unfortunately, I'm just going to try to remember that this has the -1 counter on it. Let's go ahead and we can swing with at least 1 dagger here for free, right? So they block with black text, sure. Then we can follow up with brand. I feel like this is maybe just like a 1 dagger turn. I don't know if that's what I should be doing, but it seems maybe okay to just like preserve the other dagger. Like I don't know if there's a strong need to attack with the second one. Alright, Stains of Redback. Betting hero is marked. This costs red less to play. Target attack with stealth gets +3 and go again. Alright, very interesting. Sure. Actually, sorry, we should do this, and then we should flick, I think. Just to maybe continue the chain or the mass triggers. Right, then we follow up with Demonstrate, which will give us our free fealty, which I think is pretty good. We're also, how are we at 2 mass triggers? Or I guess how are we at three mass triggers? This I feel like is maybe not correct. Huh. I think we should only be at 2 mass triggers if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, maybe that's why they're pausing here. Oh, great. All right, opponent is blocking with Mask of Deceit. Okay, so they're going to become a random agent of chaos. They become this one. So they discard an assassin card, equip a dagger with stealth, and then beginning of your end phase, return to the brood. Okay, very interesting. Sure. So that's fine. Then we can just re-equip dagger, arsenal this pass. A lot of new cards to learn here. All right, we found a react though, which is, I guess, worth it. So you're gonna discard this to equip the dagger, and then next card with stealth gets +3. Pretty good. So this is when this attacks a marked hero, the attack gets go again. Oh, so this just doesn't have go again baseline. That's really cool. So this is kind of like a kind of crappy dagger unless you're marking, but kind of interesting, I guess. Man, there are a lot of things going on this game. I'm a bit overwhelmed with the new set. Okay, so you have dagger coming in. This is only a 1 cost 2. Oh, this costs 1 less to activate. Okay, I see. So it comes in for 4. They probably have like an instant speed way to mark or something. I'm just gonna probably go for a react though. So they flick the other dagger at me. Sure. What does that do for them? I guess it gives this go again. Whenever this attacks, I think, does that work? I think this has to be on the attack layer, or like this has. I think I have to be marked before this comes in, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I think I'm supposed to pass here. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I'm thoroughly confused, but that's totally fine. What do we want to do with this hand? I feel like we all want to end on this with an arsenal, so how do we best get to that point? We could brand plus Art of Dragon, and then like, no, I don't think that's worth it. Maybe we just use the throw dagger here for pitch, and then just swing with a bunch of daggers. All right, we'll go ahead and swing with another dagger. Let's try to get like a mask momentum trigger here. So no reason to do anything here. We can go for the hurl. Ping 1. Like the left dagger. Very important that you flick the left dagger there instead of the right dagger, because the right dagger is more important. Okay, so we have that's joke though. Hurl, marking the funnel web. Okay, sure. So we're already continuing the mass trigger here, so we're fine to not do anything. Then we have brand as well. No reason to flick this either, I don't think, unless they want to try to go for a block. All right, we get a display loyalty, which is actually a real solid 2. So I guess we should play this first, though, just so it gets the go again. And then we finish with this on Arsenal. All right, I think we've got a pretty good turn. Or we somehow managed to kind of scrape together a pretty good turn, I feel like. 2 sides to the blade. Target dagger gets +3. Target attack action with stealth gets... Okay, that's pretty good. Sure. And then we'll... whoops. That was kind of glitchy. pass, pass, display. Then we flick the dagger and then finish on sync below. I guess they don't know that we have sync below though. So they could think that there's maybe something coming after this. All right, love to see a leave no block, although we could have pretty easily stuffed that. And then let's go ahead and get the daggers back. All right, seems like a really solid turn, and we especially kind of like stripped a ton of cards out of their hand. So I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, this hand makes me think that there's a deck building problem. I guess we have sync below though, so maybe we can fix this a little bit. All right, when this hits here, I'll mark them stealth. Sure. I think we'll just go for like a sync on this. And then like try to sync one of our one costs here. Probably just sync one of the Aura Dragonfires. I think that's kind of reasonable. Ooh, that's really good, potentially. How many of these things do we have? We have 2 of these. All right, so the line is, all right, so we're definitely using one on this. We are a dragon, and then all of our cards, the next 3 cards are discounted, which is all of our cards. This card, incredible card. Just 0 for 4, 3 block go again. That also gives you three resources if you're struggling. It's pretty good. No reason to flick here. All right, they have Lair of Spire. Let's attacks a. Let's defense attack go again. Mark the defending hero. Oh, interesting. This is a ninja trap. What? When did they print a ninja trap? That's wild. Are there more of these? Huh. I thought this was like a warrior card when I first read it. Sure. Okay, that's pretty good. So now we go follow. So maybe we can use these this turn. Target Draconic attack gets go again. So if we play this, maybe we can't though. Maybe we just have to pull Tunic to play the Wrath. Pull Tunic to play Wrath. This is the next Draconic card, so these are both free at this point. Play Wrath. Then this thing should be free eventually. Okay, so we pull Tunic. This should cost 1 if I'm not mistaken, right? Alright, so it costs 1. Then we dagger. You know, like, it's the awkward thing is like the flicking of the daggers here, I guess. But I mean, it's still fine. Maybe just go off daggers for a turn. So we can Aura Dragonfire, make the Aura Dragonfire Draconic, give it go again, then play Breaking Point afterwards. I think that's the line. All right, so let's go ahead and swing it with one kunai, swing it with the other kunai, flick the other kunai. We also are probably going to get a mass trigger at some point here. Not entirely sure when, though. All right, let's flick now, so we continue the mask. I don't know why this is at 3, but sure, I believe you. We can now fealty this. Play Art of Dragonfire. Wait. Oh, wait. Does this not work with Art of Dragonblood? I thought it did. Next 3 Draconic cards. All right, hold on. Maybe that doesn't work. In that case, maybe we just go for like Breaking Point. This also does not work for. Wait, why did this go away? Next 3 Draconic cards you play this turn cost. Oh, I might have fucked up. Well, wait, I'm not playing a card. I'm activating a card. Okay, I feel like there's some maybe weird wording with this, but we're just gonna go ahead and pitch to this anyways, I think. So if my understanding was that this would Art of Dragon Blood should apply to both of these. But this is maybe just early Talishar stuff. Alright, we get a mass trigger though. It's not the end of the world here, I think. I think it just saves, I think it prevents us from getting like an extra like 7 damage or something. And we also lost our fealty, which is, I guess, a little bit awkward. Okay, we're gonna do our best here. Again, this is not, this is a little bit chaotic just given the state of this, but sure. All right, attacking with the other dagger. Maybe have a Codex follow up, which I guess we have sync below for, like the lead now. Sure. The yellow bleed out's kind of interesting. I'm not like a super big fan of like that cycle. Maybe it's just for Syndra though. I don't know about having that in Arakni. So what do we want to do here? We have Ignite. An extra card you play or activate. So I think this is fine, right? We swing with dagger, we poison blade, blah blah blah. Per the daggers, pass, and then arsenal this. Could also just go for the sink now and try to fix the hand a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure what I think this hand plays, right? We just do poison, pitch this, dagger, ignite. That's 2 draconics. We have 1 floating. We recur we flick at some point, recur the daggers, then we send this. I think this works, so I'm not gonna block the mark. I think I'll let them out the mark. Plus I want to see the Arachnes. So oh, did they auto flip? Hold on. What did the original Arachne? Is it whenever you mark a hero you flip? So discard an assassin card. Target dagger attack gets +3. Whenever dagger you control. Okay. I'm learning about Arakni. I've not ever played against him up until this point, so forgive me. Alright, so this only applies to draconic cards, notably. Alright, we have Poison Blade, discard this banished trap from your graveyard if you do even play it as though. Okay. So they get back that 1 trap we saw. So get back the Lair of the Spider? Oh, did that card maybe not work for them? Oh, I don't know if that card works. Okay, maybe they're just gonna roll with it. I'm sorry, opponent. This is a game of Talishar if I've ever seen one. But if they get that card back, they can do what? Mark me again? I guess that's pretty okay. Alright, we get the Poison Blade trigger. Then do Ignite. And we want to flick on the Ignite, maybe? Yeah, this is a Talishar game if I've ever seen one. Alright, we'll finish with the breaking point, which will then allow us to recur the daggers, and then we can arsenal sync. Pretty solid. Get a free draw, which is not incredibly useful. Pass. Syndra. Arsenal sync. Okay, we figured out the line, I think. Up, sticks, and run. You retrieve a dagger from a graveyard, which is this. Okay, so this is like a dagger retrieval deck. Kind of cool. Sure. You know what I'm happy about? I'm happy that this assassin deck is not just a pile of like assassin good stuff like new is. I'm happy that people are at least trying out the new cards. My original fear with especially like the new assassins heroes is that they're gonna eventually devolve into just Codex, CNC, blah blah blah. Just like generically good cards. But this person's like I think really got a cool deck on their hands. All right, our hand's really good though. We can do Poison Blade plus Blood Runs Deep, like throw dagger at some point. Maybe we want to get rid of like the brand here. Although the brand's like not bad because we can like make the poisoned draconic. Does this have an on hit? I guess it does. It just has the on hit of mark. Maybe we want to block that out if we can. All right, so they flick this at me. Or they flick the graphene at me, which will deal an additional 1. Sure. And then we can just prevent. Well, actually, if they marked me, it doesn't matter. They don't. Do they get to switch back into a new Arakni if they mark me? I don't know if they do, but I guess I'll block it just in case anyways. Let's go ahead and get rid of the brand. I don't think we need the brand. All right, that's, I think, fine, because this lets us at least throw dagger now. All right, so what is this Arakni even? I should probably read what this hero does before playing against it, but your attacks with stealth that are attacking a marked hero get +1 when this hits. It gets go again at the beginning of your end phase if an opponent is marked. So at the beginning of your end phase, if an opponent is marked, you become a random agent of chaos. So if they're flipped to the other Arakni, they are not. I don't think they can flip immediately, but I guess I would still be marked anyway. So whatever. But we'll have a good poison blade turn here at least. this card seemed really solid so far. I don't know if this makes like the final deck or whatever, but it seems like a really, really solid card at first glance. All right, so get the mark initially. Let's go ahead and kunai. This blood run deep is maybe a little bit awkward here. But I guess we can actually use, so we can actually like flick and throw and then recur the daggers, then play Blood Runs Deep. Is that good? I don't know if that's good. All right, let's pass on this dagger. So we get the poison trigger. Oh boy. Then we have another dagger trigger. So we either want to, I think we want to throw on this one. Let's go ahead and throw the other dagger. Get a hurl. Don't know how necessary the hurl is. But maybe we're just trying to go for like the kill here. All right, so let's go for the hurl. We're not going to actually pay into the hurl. We're just going to use flick on it. Then we can recur the daggers. Blood Runs Deep. Blood Runs Deep honestly seems like a kind of cool finisher for like after you've activated Syndra. I feel like they also should have taken. I feel like they also should have maybe taken another damage there. Whatever. Oh, we have to pitch into this. Shit. Is that good? Maybe it's not good. No, it's probably good. Just get him to 3 and then. Okay, I probably fumbled this turn at some point. So wait, when? Okay, so I didn't get a Draconic Chain Link then. Sure. All right, I think that's fine. Whatever. Okay. This is a hectic game. All right, up 6 in a run, so they get back a dagger. You get back a hunters. Ooh, they have schism. I'm kind of okay with that, right? All right, we get a random silver talons in our soul. I'm kind of down with that. So I guess maybe if they're running this, you don't want to you don't want to arsenal against them. It's kind of funny. This card's cool. I like this. I wish there were more chaos cards. That's my only, so far my only complaint about the set. I think there should be maybe a few more chaos cards. So I think I already blocked with this, right? And then I'm just maybe now forgetting that I did. So this is coming in for 3. Do we maybe want to block this just to prevent the mark? Probably, honestly. They always flick at us, but I guess we'll make them do that. Ooh, so they get the 0 for 6 now. So target card defending, or I guess it's 0 for 3 because this does not have stealth. Sure. So you get +6 on that, or +3 on this, which is pretty good. We could wax off, but that doesn't really cover anything, so I think we're maybe just fine to take it here. And then what is their follow-up going to be? I guess they get to flip, which is kind of cool. So if Tax Mark Hero gets +1, stealth, sure. That's also pretty good. So why does this have another +1? Is that from... Oh, that's from the Arakni ability, right? Gets +1, and when this hits, this gets go again. There are going to be a lot of cards that I am going to have to remember, sure. So we'll get hit by this, I think that's fine. Alright, they activate Arakni. Give it a go again. Finish with a pain in the backside. If this hits here, a target dagger control deals 1 damage to them. If damage is dealt this way, this dagger is hit. So I think we should just block this for 3, and then we deny the mark. I think that's worth it. Or I guess they are forced to flick now. Sure. So now they get to flip into a new Arakni. Alright. Ooh, I think they hit the best one. I think this is the one that I was most worried about, maybe. Because now they just get like another blocking card to try to stay alive. Ooh, that's probably not good for us, but the art's really cool, I guess. I like this. Who's this artist? Oh, nice. So what does this card do? If it's trap, you might play it. Banish it face. So this is in their banish zone face down. So I can't see what the trap is, and then they can play it. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I'm just gonna go for the kill though. Hopefully, so we can do dagger, display, silver talons, off the display loyalty. And then we can flick at some point. So they have to block this, maybe with their own flick knives. Then we get to also recur the daggers at the end of the turn. All right, so let's flick now. Flick the left dagger. We display, which gets us a fealty, and then we can use Silver Talons to flick the last one. So unless they have like life gain here, we should be good. All right, so they're going to give us another mark. I think that's okay. Yeah, this card seems really solid. Maybe just as like a 2 or 3 of in the deck. Pretty cool. Not sure why it's a ninja card, if anything. And then we can fealty Talons, flick the other dagger, which should be lethal. Okay, so this deck seems awesome, by the way. Let me take a look at this deck. So they're on Rainbow Bleed Out, which maybe is a little suspect, but they're just running like Codex, Regicide. Okay, Savor the Bloodshed, really, really solid card. Seems like a very, very good card. What else they got? Den of the Spider. When this defends an attack with greater than... Oh, this is another trap. Okay, so this is another Mark trap. Cool. Mark of the Black Widow. That one we've seen. Cut from the same cloth. I've not seen this one. Target opponent reveals their hand. If an attack reaction card is revealed this way, mark them. Next dagger gets go again. This maybe is just good as a +4, honestly. Like a 0 for 4 action 2 block. It's pretty good. Yeah, this deck seems really solid. Just like a really interesting kind of like dagger synergy Arakni deck. Very, very cool. All right, well, I think that's going to probably wrap it up today. So again, this is Zen's Hotter Sister. We're still going to work a little bit on some of the cards in this deck. Like, I've been really liking like this cycle that just creates a fealty for free. But maybe you don't need like Mark with Magma. Maybe this card's like too slow. But it just being like a 1 for 4 3 block with conditional Gogan is like maybe pretty reasonable. I feel like I like what I'm going on so far. I kind of like the Silver Talons at the blue slot. I don't know about them at the red slot because they get a little bit more awkward or you have to like play them. But having this as like a kind of hurl at the blue slot seems like a really good fealty outlet. And then yeah, just some of the, like the clunker hands I feel like we saw were because of like Art of Dragonfire. So maybe this card's not actually as good as it seems. Maybe it's just a little bit too conditional or whatever. But very, very cool card. Art of Dragonblood, very good overperformer though. When it works. But yeah, very, very solid card. Yeah, but that's gonna be a list for today. Again, the sideboard is just kind of whatever. This maybe changes with like the meta and stuff, but the main board at least has been kind of cooking. So definitely a very cool deck so far. So yeah, we'll play some more Syndra at some point, especially when Talishar maybe gets into a more stable state. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.